Hey people, Infiltrator 3v3, Khatrin and Purification Plants, blue team. JekkuJerre is a Farseer, support hero that fights in melee combat with some powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. This is the Oathway DLC recolored. Alongside Combustible Orange is a Force Commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. And rounding off the blue team, Boss is a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt with some powerful offense and a bit of support too. Red team, Mushraam, with a Plague Champion that starts off in ranged combat with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's pretty slow. Alongside ben1993, with an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get specialised ranged weapons. We have the Vostroyan Firstborn with their funny hats, and rounding off the team's uphighdow3 is a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support the structures and repair. We got the Blood Ravens here, coming towards the west side to cap it, that contested VP. Here comes the Farseer, guide up on the Dire Avengers, one of her starting abilities, boosting their range and damage. And these tactical marines don't like it, they're going to be tied up and shot up. Scouts are off the field already, keeping them in play here. Banshee's joining the fight now to tie up the Techmarine, do a lot of damage to him too. Tactical Marines trying to get into melee with the Dire Avengers where they have the upper hand, but they're taking a lot of damage trying to do so. I think the Techmarine killed one of the Banshees in melee, but then of course got flattened and the Tactical Marines get away without a model loss. Did they kill a Dire Avenger? They killed two, I think, one from each squad. Meanwhile mid, Sentinel trying to fake out a stomp, maybe, he doesn't have it. Some las guns in the background. Lictor Alpha ties up the Plague Champion. Heretics forced to retreat. CSM in melee combat with Hormagaunts and double Termagants shooting them up. This is a bad fight for the Chaos player. Mushraam needs to run off. Havocs there were on the way, now been cancelled. So we'll see what they go for. Sentinel still shooting stuff. The Inquisitor has been gotten rid of, and the Force Commander fell to las gun fire. He's never going to live that down. Poor Combustible Orange. Farseer's been left to cap things. Oh, but they went for a power bash, and they got a power bash. It looks like maybe it was just a node, but hey, that's something. Double Tactical Marines for uphighdow3, and Warrior Brood for Boss. Rangers up for JekkuJerre, and some Raptors it is then for Mushraam. Catechins for Ben. Quite strong in the mid. I don't think these guardsmen have been retreated, have they? Maybe they have. Lictor Alpha sneaks around. I'm not sure. I think it was the Farseer that got the revive there. She leveled up. Yeah, Lictor Alpha's got no XP. Rangers being all sneaky like with their Pathfinder gear. Long range support snipers. Trying to get a model off these Tactical Marines, but these fellas are tough. Inquisitor's going to get a level, I think, from this revive. Oh, so close. I lied to you. Techmarine, retreats off. I thought it was going to stay in play to sit behind some heavy cover. It's got a pretty decent bolter by default. Here are the Catechins. Very versatile infantry. Good in melee. Good at disruption and have a support ability too. But can you manage all that stuff? Position them well? That's the question. Sentinel thinks twice about venturing forward. Red team do have the west side though. Tactical Marines here out of cover. You got some nice heavy cover pipes here, fellas. I guess it doesn't help you against Rangers that will always hit you, I believe. We also have Sniper Scouts from Combustible Orange and Devastators in play, trying to cover the mid. Guardsmen have found a way through, or have they? They spotted the Catechins, also spotted what seemed to be an improvised explosive there. Not sure how they spotted it. Or was that just a barrel blowing up, maybe? There's that old reliable grenade launcher. Look at that. Disrupting 4 squads from range. And they're going to get away pretty well here. Or are they? Maybe not. The Curse of Indrid immediately strikes some grenades on their retreat path. That was Hammer of the Witches. Stunning the Force Commander there. Look at this from Mushraam. Pushed all the way up the east side. Has a heavy bolter turret in place now to cover the power. It is relatively easy to get around it, but this is going to be pretty annoying to dislodge. Raptors here, of course. These guys are jump troops that suppress units when they land. We've got an assault squad on the way for Combustible Orange. And there's the Warrior Brood of Boss. They're synapse creatures, so they are providing buffs to these non-synapse creatures. Also can be a liability when they explode on death. They'll do bad things to these guys. Devastators edging up. Might need to get a little bit closer for this push. Lictor can sneak in. Can anything spot the Lictor here? We don't have an aspiring champion heretic, and the Khatrins are off the field, right? Oh, they're far away. So the Lictor could sneak in, maybe flesh hook something. No, he's going through the mid. Screw your power. I'm going maybe towards the west side. No, he's going through the mid. Might go for a long flank. Here's the assault squad from uphighdow3. Banshee's there to counter-initiate them. And Doombringer for the Farseer. So those assault marines could be in big trouble. There's an improvised explosive. Will be spotted by the warrior brood. Straight through the mid boss. Jump from the raptors. Counter jump from the assault marines. But when you jump yourself, you get a few seconds of knockback immunity, which is why the raptors weren't knocked over. Tactical marines here using their Kraken bolts, but the flamer dude doesn't want to get close enough to shoot. Raptors will be okay, I think. Battle cry and force commander in there. Heretics made it into the Devastators, got a model, and got the retreat. Almost got a second. They need to run away though. Down to just the aspiring champion. They really need to run away. Light grenades from the Plague Champion is a good hit on those assault marines there. Those guys will spread that crap to other allies. CSM with Eternal War. The heretics did not get away. Looks like they had touch of Nurgle on them though, because they exploded a lot. But I'll have to replace them, I think. Light grenades and fetid armor for Mushraam. Lictor Alpha with the Feeder Tendrils, a power melee weapon that will heal every hit. Pretty damn good. And adrenal glands up. Just for some stat boosts, basically. That you use your abilities a bit more and stuff. They've got in around the turret and they can flame it down. Maybe. They thought about it. They're getting it done. West side is blue. Banshee's retreating out with aspects of fleetness jumping over stuff. And we do have scouts with a sergeant now. Double tacks are reasonably low. These guys are pretty low. Could be set upon. Doom on the scouts with a grenade. Almost got him. Nice idea from JekkuJerre. Set it up with the Ranger kinetic pulse disruption too. Not a lot of factions can pull off that kind of swift synergy to get a kill like Eldar can. How much requisition the blue team have too. Need to repurchase some power over here, fellas. I guess they're getting node up. And they have the central power. Can they defend it though? Was that a shotgun blast in mid-air they tried to do? It looked like it. It might have just been a regular shotgun blast. Or a regular shotgun shot, I guess. Rather than the disruptive blast. Assault Marines jumping into what could be a whole lot of trouble. Aspiring Champion Heretics up for Mushraam to replace the ones he lost. Need to be careful though, fellas. Down to the Aspiring Champion again. And they should be okay now. Raptors also out of there. Flesh Hook almost got the Aspiring Champion. Pretty damn close. Blue team. Oh, boss is just leaving the power. Gonna say they might be able to defend their power, but red team is still here. Looks like they just want to bash it, not steal it. Sentinel missile launcher is up. West side turning blue. Techmarine has no war gear. Is into tier 2 though. Looks like Mushraam was the last player to go. And there's a Bane Wolf from Ben. Unique to the Inquisitor. It's pretty damn cool. Massive chem cannon on it that can melt or dissolve, I guess, what it's doing. Generators pretty fast. Here we go. Used to be able to spawn this thing whenever you wanted, but now it spawns back at your base. Making short work of that. Has a heavy bolter on front too. Doesn't suppress though. Devastators do have a las cannon queued up for tier 2. But I think it might be able to bash before then, because tier 2 has to happen, and then the las cannon has to happen. A little bit wary of those Devastators, so it's backing off, which is probably smart. They can't see what we can see. You can only see an upgrade when it's, you know, there on the unit card if you're an enemy. 430 to 394. Lictor Alpha runs the hell away. Warrior Brood with no upgrades yet. You guys with your Aspiring Champion queued up. Also for the Raptors. Can they get a good Blight Grenade here maybe? Not sure why the Plague Champion has a red debuff circle on him. Looks like it's gone away now. Warrior Brood all of a sudden with adrenal glands. Melee synapse in effect. Hormagaunts off the field go. There's the jump for the Raptors. Have their aspiring champion with that Demon Maul. A heavy melee weapon that will tear through the Termagants pretty easily. Lictor Alpha is a menace though. Almost took out the Plague Champion. Now is in on the CSM and they can't use their slaughter yet. That was the Demonic Fury attack from the Raptors, sending them flying, and maybe they'll get a full bash. Nurgle Shrine going up. It wants to harass this, not just temporarily there. Mushraam. Bane Wolf still in play, and the red team are grabbing the western side back. Farseer now fully kitted out, rune armor and spirit stones. It's got lots of abilities to use now, but also quite a lot of energy, as you can see. Psychic Storm could be used to shut down the two Tactical Marine squads if they're close together. The Assault Squad do have their Sergeant. Devastator Plasma Cannon for Combustible Orange. Force Commander with no war gear. Las Cannon gets a shot. And there's for the Emperor on them. Global ability from the Force Commander, forced off by the Hell Fury. And then the Farseer comes in. Quick thinking from JekkuJerre to get the Spirit Stones healed. They might have wiped if that heal didn't come in. Might have. Rangers getting a natural VP back. Sentinel's now level 2. Shooting at the walls. East side. Chaos Space Marines will be fine. And down goes the Shrine. That is suppressing those guys and annoying them. Can they get onto this power though, boss? Do they even want to? They need to defend the mid maybe. Khatrin's putting up another improvised explosive there. I'm always confused about how far away they can plant it. It's like they chuck it over there or something. Force Commander's got some war gear. Look at this. The Sacred Standard is up. Not sure what these guys are doing. Those scouts got way too close to shootiness. Dreadnought up for uphighdow3. Looks like they got some more scouts up to help repair them as well. There's that speed debuff from the Chem Cannon. Farseer stood around for too long and now they're down. The Sacred Standard will now give a bigger buff. But you generally want your Force Commander running around smacking stuff. Lictor Alpha can get some free XP, I guess, for the revive. Or be killed by a Blood Crusher from Mushraam. Venom Brood, look at the damage. That was like, what, 2 shots from each model? Like half the hit points are gone. So the Raptors need to get on the Venom Brood. And they'll be counter-jumped by Hormagaunts and Warrior Brood, but you can send in Heretics and stuff. And maybe get a Blight Grenade throw. Just right so it doesn't hit your own things. Bane Wolf is repaired. Razorback for Combustible, getting reinforced armor plating. Where are the Plasma fellas? They are coming to the west side. We have Sergeants for the Tactical Marines here. Genestealer Brood up for Boss. Is this a... It is a Bright Lance for JekkuJerre, lining up for a big old fight on the west side. Infiltrated Tactical Marines going for the decap, infiltrated by the allied Rangers here and their hollow fields. They got the decap. I think you should back away now, fellas. A little bit of heavy cover here for you to use. Spirit Stone's heal comes in, but there's marked target from the Techmarine. They got the cap thanks to JekkuJerre's heal there. Maybe they were in communication and he knew that heal was coming. Or just expected it to come. JekkuJerre goes tier 3 with tons of requisition. I guess they haven't bled a lot of models over there. Bane Wolf still hanging out. That was the big Chem Cannon shot. I don't know what that ability is called. Try and slow stuff down. But it didn't hit. Blood Crusher's getting into trouble. Trying to tie up the Venom Brood, and it does. That was a big grenade launcher shot from the Khatrin. A little bit of support here from Combustible Orange. But they need to come back in from 2 sides maybe. Force Commander's back to his feet. Touch of Nurgle Heretics didn't get to explode very much. But they're going to get a full bash here. And a pretty clean one. Nothing to stop them. Genestealer Brood is up though. Big danger, those guys. Can they be delivered safely though into the fight? That's always a... It's always a concern in the 3v3. There's a Psychic Storm to shut down those guys. And Doom is up on the Assault Squad. At least it was. Drop pod comes in to reinforce them, I guess. They must have took a lot of damage before that. Another one as they retreat. Banshee somehow did not drop a model. Very well managed by JekkuJerre. I guess they got... Oh, they dropped one as they retreated. I guess the heal just came in time. And maybe a full bash on this side. It's not even a full gen farm. This Bane Wolf has done some work. Last cannon's here. It's going to get at least one shot, I think. I'm not sure if they can even see it. Oh, rear armor hit from the plasma cannon 2 sets up the kill for the Devastators and for the Emperor on them there, that buff from the Force Commander. I think it's 25% more damage or something. Kicking off on the east side. Razorbacks here to provide some reinforcement support for the Tyranids. Black grenades are thrown on the Gene Stealers. And we have a Plague Fist Plague Champion. Armor of Pestilence 2, not fetid anymore. Level 3. But they're going to get a power bash, I think, because Venom Brood are pretty good at shooting gens. I mean, Plague Marines are out pretty fast. And there's some Nurgle worship for the blood pressure. Can the Plague Marines maybe go in and tie up the Venom Brood there? They're going to sit behind light cover, I think, and harass. They got 2 of the gens pretty fast. I thought they'd get a full bash. Didn't know those Plague Marines were coming out there. Baneblade on the way for Ben. Everyone's tier 3 aside from Mushraam. Gonna get a revive here for the Lictor Alpha. Force Commander. Yeah, he's gonna level. Well done, fella. Level 3 Lictor Alpha now with Pheromone. Sneaky Inquisitor comes through. No war gear for Ben, but gets a decap. Shot up by a Razorback, but a decap's good enough. Yeah, back away, I say. Khatrin's been all sneaky-like. How much does this explosive damage vehicles, I wonder? I guess this thing won't get close enough. Oh, they set it off anyway. The Sergeant, or the Sarge, does have a melter gun, which you saw firing there. Knocked back into the Hell Fury. Nicely done by Ben. Does a decent amount of damage, that thing. I think it was buffed a few patches ago. The initial drop does a little bit more than it used to. Hammer of the Witches. I think they got out of range. West side turns blue. 249 to 329. Baneblade is up. Seer Council on the way for JekkuJerre. And a Vanguard Veteran Squad for up high. And Mushraam does go tier 3. What about the red situation? Nobody's got enough for a nuke. I guess they've been using it regularly. So a bunch of Hell Furies. You've seen a bunch of 4D Emperors too. Some touch of Nurgles. Level 2 Raptors. Heretics didn't level yet. Those guys came out relatively late for Heretics. Here's the Baneblade, bristling with guns. Is it going to come to this west side? Doom is up on the Vanguard Veterans, increasing the damage they take by 30%. There's another well-timed Spiritual Rites from the Farseer. Banshees have marked target on them though. Psychic Storm gets rid of the Tactical Marines. Look how much damage those Tactical Marines took. Vanguard Veterans, do they get away? They do not. I think they are buffed here by the Force Commander. That sounds like heresy to me, Combustible Orange. I think they had 4D Emperor on them. Baneblade, bit of a mismatch there. Razorback versus a Baneblade. I don't know why they are Demolisher Cannon in it. It's gone. There's the Seer Council providing passive buffs in a radius and also to themselves, giving 15% range damage reduction. Pretty damn useful. And they can jump on you and stuff. I don't know why they jumped on this pipe just then. That was a bit weird. Those scouts tried to get the cat. Didn't quite work out. What's going on over here? Shroom pushing down the east side again. Being very focused over here as Shroom so far. Up goes the Shrine again. Is it going to be worshipped? Down goes the Blood Crusher. Did some good work though, I think. But now are they going to be overrun? Neurothrope on the way for boss. The Shrine is up and it's being worshipped so they can reinforce off it. No markers in CSM to help shoot down the Warrior and Venom Brood quickly though. Force Commander got into some trouble. Almost goes down. Very, very close. I think that was a touch of Nurgle explosion, wasn't it? No, I think that was just Aura of Decay actually from the Plague Champions. Armor of Pestilence. There's touch of Nurgle on the Raptors. And here's your Neurothrope. Using Spirit Leech on the Plague Champion here to take some of his energy. Neurothrope can't regenerate it himself. He needs to use abilities and stuff. Slaughter up on the CSM, switching to their chainswords. But do they want to fight all this Tyranid stuff in melee? Taking a lot of damage. That's a Cataclysm from the Neurothrope. Lictor Alpha was having fun in the back lines. Meanwhile, a Power Bash. And on the east, or the west side, sorry, Baneblade taking some las cannon shots, but it seems, yeah, pretty healthy. Now a plasma cannon shot. Boom. I guess we'll see Doom on it at some point if we haven't already. Bright Lance now getting shots in. Well, Ash shot in. Inquisitor got a flank with the Inferno pistol and is then scared off. Where did it put? We put Judgment on them too, and there's for the Emperor on the Devastator Marines again. With that las cannon doing massive chunks shot. If we put for the Emperor and Guide on something, that'll be pretty fun. Good shot for them from the plasma cannon. Dreadnought has an assault cannon now. I think can grab this VP. Las cannon Predator from Combustible Orange, some Khatrin from Ben. They've gone for plasma guns. Baneblade is taking a lot of damage here. Where are the guardsmen? Got a bit of a way to go to get to it. It should be able to repair, I think. And the scouts are on it to repair now. Where's the Techmarine? Not helping to repair at all. And these guys are not repairing now either. The vehicle must have moved in a funny way to knock them out of their path. There we go, they're repairing again. And here come the guardsmen to repair, but it's taking so much damage. They can't out-repair this. Big misplay from Ben, I think. Should have got that thing the hell back when it was so low. The Predator tank and the Bright Lance getting it done. Another Spirit Stone's heal from the Farseer there. Where is she? Oh, no it wasn't. It looked like a heal. Or maybe it was. Maybe she ran off and I couldn't even see her. Force Commander's back to his feet. Farseer is now level 6. They're now using the husk of the Baneblade, the wreck, for heavy cover. Here comes Boss to help out. It's got a Neurothrope in tow. 187 to 253. Is that Lictor Alpha? It is. Being all sneaky, getting a decap. Now a Lictor on the way for Boss. In fact, it's up. Somewhere. Sneaking around. Must be over here. Yeah. Maybe fight a Plague Champion. These guys have lost their aspiring champion. Getting him back though. That Lictor has heavy melee damage, which the Lictor Alpha can't actually get. Force Commander still hasn't moved. He's in a little bit of a daze since he got revived. Avatar on the way for JekkuJerre. And blue team looking pretty strong on this side. Shroom does have a mark of Nurgle Predator. I feel like we see this every single game from Chaos now. Nurgle Predators everywhere. Cataclysm hits the Heretics, but the Raptors get in. What is this? It's Terminators from Combustible Orange, but it's not Assault Terminators, which the Force Commander can get. And they're immediately taking damage from Plasma Gun Khatrin. These guys teleporting the hell away. The Inquisitor can do very, very nasty things to Terminators with Excruciators and the various stuns and stuff she has. Another Shrine going up. I think that's the third one over there that I've spotted. Banshees, only level 2 really. I thought they'd killed way more stuff than that. See the Dreadnought getting inspiration on that melee kill. See, the Council though are a massive threat to that Techmarine. Barely gets away with 15 hit points. Doom up on the Dreadnought. Bright Lance getting shots. Look how far up it is. I guess it was bashing power. There's Time Field. To slow the Dreadnought down, they couldn't get enough shots though. Turns back to its power bash. I don't know how they're going to break out here. Because now they need to repair that Dreadnought. Meanwhile, red team have both the naturals 159 to 222 and a full power bash here. Red team pushing mid as they should and getting it done. Land Raider Redeemer now for uphighdow3. There it is. That's how you break out. So your Council might eat a frag assault to the face. One of them jumped in, the others are like, no thanks. Bright Lance got a full bash there with some help. Taking some damage now, needs to retreat. Seer Council still in play, Avatar in play, and the las cannon is there ready to shoot the Land Raider. Lictor Alpha level 4, getting a cap combustible orange red down again. Massive amount of harassment on this power though from Shroom. Can the Tyranids break out? They have a Venom Cannon Carnifex. There's a Trine formation that's going to one-shot the Shrine. What else can it do? Trying to spread out and get out of the towers. Those guys are okay, they're level 4. Raptors also should get away okay, but it's a big old retreat from Shroom. They did a lot of work here though. A lot of work. Had to spend a nuke to get rid of them. West side is going to turn red again, I think. Great job by the red team to get straight back into this. Where are the Terminators? They are blob capping with Tyranids, chatting about who their favourite Primarch is, I think. Purgatus up here for the Inquisitor. Bad news for everything that can get stunned, like Terminators. Those guys can't retreat out of a stun. Lictor Alpha goes in for the kill. I think it was the Venom Cannon shot that actually got it done there. Here's another Baneblade from Ben. The first one gets blown out, you just requisition another one. You're Inquisitor, they can't say no. Not sure why the Land Raider's at this funny angle here. Point your guns forward, buddy. Has the Avatar seen any combat yet? I mean, he's taken some damage. I guess it must have. 132 to 209. Almost completely full rosters here. And it could be a very hectic endgame. Wow, the Plague Champion came back and got the power again. What's going on? Made him retreat again. Is Mushraam going straight over there again? What is this? Yeah, Raptors going to harass that power, I think. Nurgle Predators in the mid. Has health regen, melee resistance, and a whole bunch of health. I wonder if we'll see it adjusted in the next update. Maybe a little bit less upfront health on it. I don't know though. Almost level 7, the Farseer. Can she get this cap here? Time field goes up to stop these guys shooting her. Seems to be working. Oh boy, Raptor's taken the Predator's taken a lot of damage. Must have eaten a Cyclone missile launcher shot. But it lives. Guardsmen there repairing it. Rampant heresy going on. It's a bit of a standoff in the mid there. And the west side is uncapped. I think the Dreadnought is done for. No, it's out of range of the no, it isn't. Its super was not out of range of the las cannon. It goes down. This must be Terminators from up high, I guess. Yep. Baneblade number 2. Here's a Predator Annihilator again. Some Nurgle worship. Can they edge forward through the mid there? Marco Zinch coming up for the CSM too. Avatar still hanging around, providing a nice synapse though. A nice buff. It's like suppression immunity and maybe some damage bonuses too. Not sure why these guys got the Cyclone missile launcher. There's no vehicles over here. Maybe for the Predator tank. Does decent damage to infantry as you can see too, and it's disruption, which is always useful to stop caps and stuff. Force Commander goes for it. Level 2 with his Sacred Standard. There's the time field again, which means you can't really fight those caps super well. Lictor Alpha. Does he live? Lives. Surprised how well this Predator tank is doing against the Baneblade. And Cyclone missile launcher is really good at taking out massive vehicles because so many of them hit. Being that large of a target is a liability. Level 5 Plague Champion here. Getting their VP back is a double though for the blue team. Going to turn into a 2-to-1. Expect the Baneblade to just sit on the west side and shoot stuff, you know. Gather around the Land Raider a bit. Looks like it is trying to get over there. There's that tier 3 Lictor. And Techmarine, I guess, was going for a decap, and it didn't work out. Mark of Nurgle Predator wants to get some shots now. And Shroom might try to go through the mid and decap. Nobody wants to fully commit anywhere here. I guess the blue team don't have to. They have the west side and the natural. More Khatrin and more plasma guns for Ben. Okay, little push here from the red team. Baneblade leading the line, a bunch of Marines as well. And a rocket run from Ben. Decent one too. And here comes a bunch of chaos with some Nurgle worship behind them. Might get pincered by the Tyranids, but Mushraam has spotted it. Carnifex getting shots on that tank, doing huge amounts of damage to the Predator. There's the Wailing Doom. Knocks the Inquisitor flying. But she's tough. Tough enough. Banshee's chasing down the Marines. Now I'm not sure why that little Space Marine detachment got so close there. Look at this. Force Commander with his Storm Shield up. Not often you see that purchased such late in the game. Awesome though, it's a really good piece of war gear. Also has Artificer. There's Purgatus going off. And Hammer of the Witches for the Farseer. She got her heal to help out the Terminators there. Good push by the red team. I mean, they got it done. I guess maybe they pushed up the Marines so far because they knew they could just retreat back to the Land Raider. And we've got some water exposed. Warp magics going on. Raptors live. They do live. Meanwhile, Plague Champion, very precariously low on health, is trying to grab this VP. 132-96. Nurgle Predator goes down. It's very far forward. Plague Marines were trying to chase the Carnifex. I guess they forced it to heal up at least. Plasma Cannon gets a decent shot there. Force wanted to try and tie them up. Got the cap though, did the Plague Champion. Needs to be so careful here. There's the Pestilence Strike. Might need to run away, buddy. Getting heals off the Shrine. The Shrine's going to go down though. The Shrine has gone down. But they're not budging. There's Paroxysm. Does percentage based damage per second. Very powerful against high health stuff like Terminators. Does extra damage against their armor type too. Really good play there from Mushraam. Got the cap. Killed some stuff. Harassed some stuff. Pinned the enemy back and then got away. And now they're retreating back to the Land Raider. And they have a double here, the red team. Full rosters though. Avatar maybe needs to be a bit more aggressive here. Something's guarding the VP. It's Catechins, which is smart. We have a Barbed Strangler Carnifex now. Bad news for those fellas. There's the Wailing Doom. I did say it needed to be a bit more aggressive, but it needs something behind it. Fire Prism's trying to get shots in. Farseer goes for the decap. And I think he's going to get it. Yes. Goes down in the process, but the decap is what they wanted. 48-96 on the VPs. Massive firefight now. Red team trying to get it straight back. Barbed Strangler doing work. The Neurothrope has a juicy target for a Paroxysm or two as well. Melter Raptors jumping into the back lines for some reason. The Fire Prism's over there, fellas. I guess they can retreat back to the Land Raider, maybe. Power Fists on retreat? No, they can't. Insane stuff here. Is there an Eldritch available for JekkuJerre? There isn't. There's another Land Raider Redeemer on the way, this time from Combustible Orange. And blue team have got themselves onto red team's natural here. There's the single, 48-76. Tier 3 Lictor gets it. I think he's got faster capping trait, that guy. There's the double. Demolisher Cannon didn't even seem to knock over those Venom Brood there. Red team maybe a little bit too focused on this VP now. This Predator needs repairs desperately. I think scouts are trying to do it. Fire Prism stopping anything from capping. Plague Champion's going to try and get it done. Techmarine's there for now. But yeah, that's going to happen. Meanwhile, Baneblade's taking a bunch of damage. The Tyranids are still here though. Might need to turn some more stuff around. Here comes Mushraam. How low these Terminators are though. Maybe some Nurgle worship, fellas. They're worshipping in the Paroxysm, which also slows you down a bit. Terminators are so low. 100 hit points on 2 models. That's crazy. They need to like run back to base, I think. But do they have time? It's a single cap here for blue. And they're on the contested again. Force commanders there. Red team are trying to get a natural back, but they don't have time. Blue team get it with a single, and it's all because of that mid VP play by Boss, grabbing that VP, and red team couldn't quite react quickly enough. Baneblade lived though, did well at the end. What level were these Marines? Were they all level 4? No, level 3. Level 7 Farseer. Was great play by JekkuJerre throughout. We had a level 3 Force Commander at the end with the Chainsword and Storm Shield. I thought that was a pretty shrewd move from Combustible Orange. Lictor Alpha getting the play at the end to win the game. Level 7 Plague Champion. Level 6 Inquisitor, she did have her mandate. And a level 4 Techmarine in the midst of Eldar explosions. Well, there you have it, guys. It was an awesome 3v3. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.